Hello, I'm Chloe Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for all signs for Friday, the 11th of November, 2022. I hope you're doing well. I have a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. Would love to see you in there. In that, I do channeling for the divine masculine, divine feminine, twin flames, but I also give mini reads in there as well for donations. And so come along to that show sometime. Would love to see you in there. You can find the link. You can find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking Be Healing down there. If you are interested in the private reading with me, they're available from my website, behealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below, and also one up there too. I get them out within 48 hours of you ordering them, so if it says it's all sold out, just check back a day or so later. You'll be able to book yourself in. So let's see what's in the energies for everybody today. We have Foxfire and sharing your wisdom. So a passionate day, it could be a passionate work day today where you're sharing wisdom. If you do that kind of thing in your work, well, I guess everyone does that kind of thing in their work, right? Because you're going to be putting forward your perspective on something or your ideas about something or your something that you're passionate about. Speaking out about something that you're passionate about. But going with the flow here, so having to go with the flow on something and chip in when you feel like chipping in kind of thing. It could be very fluid kind of processes going on today. Feels like a work thing to me. You could explore here. You could be exploring new options, new ideas. You could be hearing other people's views on something, about something. It very much a kind of a workshop. Reminds me of a guy I used to work for who said you should never use the term workshop in this environment unless you're talking about light engineering. But yeah, very much, a think tank, a kind of asking other people for their opinions, people getting together and discussing ideas and that kind of thing, exploring new ideas. So be open-minded and speak your mind today as well about your ideas and your perception of things. 8 of Wands, all about communication today. Communication coming in. It could be direct communication coming in. The 8 of Wands. What else? We have the 3 of Pentacles. Planning, working with other people, collaborations, that kind of thing. Ideas. Think tank. It's a kind of an energy, a mastermind group kind of thing. You might be getting, if you're an entrepreneur and you're in a mastermind group, you might be running something by your mastermind group, something about your business. King of Wands, someone who wants to take action. So that could be a boss or, again, entrepreneur. This could be talking about a collaboration here, someone that wants to talk to you about doing business. Some kind of a collaboration. What else? 4 of Pentacles, holding your energy back, holding your ideas back, perhaps. And a Page of Swords, revealing your ideas, revealing what's in your mind. So, 4 of Pentacles, it could be holding back your energy, in fact, but revealing your ideas. Page of Swords. So, you might be speaking about your ideas, but not necessarily saying you will take action on that or you will get involved in this project. You might want to be an ideas person today, rather than taking on the responsibility of it. So hold your energy back in some kind of a way if you feel that's necessary. Tell us why the 8 of Wands is here. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. Oh, 4 cards. So we're communicating about what? 10 of Wands, about putting burdens down. I can't take this on right now, that kind of thing. Page of Crystals, about ideas, tangible ideas, perhaps financial ideas, that kind of thing. Boss energy, the Emperor. So we could be talking about how best to run something or lead something. The Knight of Swords, how to move forward quickly on something. So it feels like perhaps in your work, something could be going down, or discussions about something new where you might be wanting to take the lead, as in the Emperor, and get things moving fast. You've got ideas on that, but you'll need to drop some burdens. So you might be communicating those things. Like, I can take the lead on this project, but I can't do that and do all of these other things. I will need some staff to take over from that. take over from me with those things, and then I'll take the lead. It could be something like that. Or someone else could be communicating with you like that, saying, okay, I'm taking the lead in this. You might need to take up some slack or some of the things that they've been doing. So, yeah, there's definite movement happening here. Now, this might not be in your work. This could be playing out, say, in your home life. So if one of you in your home, in your family, your home, whoever it is that you're living with, has got a new project on, starting school, or some kind of new hobby or something like that, or new work times that they're doing, there might be a reallocation of burdens, tasks, things that they do within the home. Like you might have to take the kids to school instead of them, something like that. You're going to have different perceptions on this. So there's a bit of disruption going on to enable something bigger and better to happen, either in the workplace or at home. This could be like a couple as well. So your partner wants to start a new project, or you're getting into a new job with different hours, and there's a bit of rejigging going on here and talks that need to happen there, so that you can take the lead in something quickly as well. So it needs to be sorted out quickly. So we're talking about teamwork here, the Three of Pentacles, and whatever situation that you're in. And there needs to be some teamwork here. You need to be doing this as a team, talking about these things as a team. It's not about you taking on the load as an individual. So make sure everyone is getting on board here, and definitely explore all the options and give your perspective, put your perspective forward for sure. With this Three of Pentacles, tell us why we've got the Three of Pentacles here, this planning kind of a card. Needs to be some new plans kind of thing. Eight of Wands. That needs to be communicated. It's the same energy. So those plans need to be communicated. The new plans need to be communicated effectively, so everyone knows where they're at in this team. And so if it's in the home, you need to tell the major players involved in it, and you also need to tell kids and everyone else on the outskirts kind of thing, perhaps the school and the teachers and everyone that's got an involvement in it. Or if this is a workplace thing, you need to tell the boss, you need to tell your colleagues, you need to tell any other peripheral kind of people that are expect things. So you might need to think more broadly, and like what do people expect from me on the day-to-day or the week-to-week kind of thing. I need to let them know that there's been a shift. You've had signs about this. The signs about this could be things bugging you, people popping back into your mind. It's like, oh, that thing, I need to do that thing once a month at the end of each month, that kind of thing. You might have had signs like that. It just seems to be, it all needs to be planned for and communicated today. King of Wands, someone wants to take action. Nine of Crystals. So from a selfish point of view, King of Wands, someone wants to take action for themselves here. Nine of Crystals is that card of being single independent. So we're talking about the King of Wands, we're talking about someone else here, like an entrepreneur. It doesn't have to be a man, could be a woman. Entrepreneur, leadership, go-getter kind of a person. They're very much just in it for themselves, so you need to be aware of that. They're not necessarily, like, you might be the kind of person that thinks about everyone. They're not that kind of person, and so you might need to be coming from that perspective and talk to them directly from that perspective of like, well, you're not thinking about other people, but I will. Have you considered this? Have you considered that? And we need to consider these people, and we need to consider that this thing needs to be done, that kind of thing. It's all good is behind that. Doesn't feel like an argument. It just feels like you need to be coming from that perspective. Now, I'm not saying here that anyone's wrong or right in that. So don't get to the defensive position. It's like, well, they should be thinking of other people. It might be their path not to do that. It might be their path to be very blinkered, It's like, I'm a Taurus, so I can get very focused, right? And it really benefits me well. I can get focused, I can get a lot of work done in a short amount of time and all of that. But it can really annoy other people, right? Because my kids say, if I'm into something, I won't even hear them. And they can be asking me things over and over again, and I won't get distracted. Now, they see that as a negative in me, right? Because they're on the negative receiving end of it when they're trying to get my attention. I think it's really positive because I stay on task, And so, likewise, the King of Wands here, it might not be a negative thing that they're selfish. They might need to be that for who they are. This could be a boss kind of a thing, and they need to have like one focus kind of thing and not be thinking about other people. You might be the team member that thinks about other people. And so never being that they should think, they should have thought about this. No, not everyone should be like you. That's your part in the team, so it's all good. Don't have arguments about this and don't expect them to be like you because they're not. We all have our different, aspects of ourselves. So Page of Swords, and it's not a wrongness of them. Page of Swords, Four of Pentacles, but there is an element here, even though you've got the ideas, you do need to hold back and not take on those burdens, right? So don't take all the burdens on. Yeah, you might have a tendency to do that. You might have had a tendency to do that in the past of like, don't worry, I'll do it. No, I won't drop anything. I will just add this, Your partner, say, is starting a new job, and instead of asking them like give and take and a new negotiation of all the tasks or all the things that need doing, you just go, well, I'll just add your things to my load kind of thing. Don't do that. Don't wear yourself out. Hold some of your energy back in some way. Have the ideas, but don't take on all the burden. What's behind this? Really a lot shifting in the energies today, hey? Yeah, and it's all about teamwork and communication today. Teamwork and communication. Page of Wands. So expressing what you want, your desires, your wishes, the ones, what you want to take action on. And so this isn't just about divvying up the jobs. You want to express what you would really like to do and advocate for that. So maybe you need to be a little bit more selfish today as well. How did you all hear that then? It shouldn't be. Oh, I uploaded a new operating system, and now all the settings are different, and Apple doesn't usually do that. Anyway, I've had a lot of technical issues this morning, and now you can hear my stuff that usually just pops up in here. So that you don't get to hear everything that's showing up on my computer, but I do. Anyway, duality, what we're talking about here. Oh yeah, so you being a bit more selfish and advocating for what you want to do, and this could be about your dark side and your light side kind of thing, but perhaps you need to be a little bit more assertive about what it is that you want. Like, this should be a win-win situation if we're talking about teamwork here, not just one person getting the benefit from the rejig or whatever is going on today, but you should be getting benefit from that too. Win-win situation, best for everybody. What about our love lives today? Love lives. Love lives. What's going on in the romance departments today? Emotions are a necessary and natural part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment, right? And that's that same kind of an energy of, well, they should think about, they should be thinking about me. They should be thinking about other people. It's not necessarily true, hey? It's not necessarily true. What if it is, for my life path, I need to be that Taurus-y kind of tenacious. They say that we're the most, the Taurians are the most patient signs, and I wouldn't particularly say that. I don't feel particularly patient, but I can stay on track more than most. I've got the tenacity to stay on track and stay on focus more than other signs. I've seen that. I've recognized that in myself. And so, yeah, I must need that for some reason, right? For my life path. You might need for your life path, you might need overseeing things, thinking about everyone else. You might be more of a connector, kind of an archetype. It's different archetypes, and none of them are right or wrong. This is teamwork here. So this could be showing up and making you emotional, where it doesn't need to make you emotional. You don't need to take it personally. that someone has a different, like, I'm not, that someone has a different archetype, you know, and I'm not saying like take abuse. This shouldn't be abusive. Now, if someone's abusing you, that's something totally different, but you might be taking offense and get triggered by something that is just a different kind of personality type. Anyway, release control, yeah. So release control of it. You don't need to be in control of this, and you don't need to make them like yourself. And it's not that you're right. There's nothing wrong with the way that you are, but there's nothing wrong about the way they are either. Again, a caveat to that is don't take abuse, but some people think they're being abused when they're not being abused because they're just triggered by something, right? And that's different. That is different. And there's too many people screaming and shouting now that something is abusive when it isn't. It just isn't. Just because someone's triggered by something doesn't mean that the other person's abusing them. So we need to get clear on that. Caution, don't take on more than you want to handle, not even more than you can handle, because that almost suggests like wear yourself out, but not too much. Don't even wear yourself out. Memories. So don't do too much for your person today. Don't take too much on. And memories might be reminiscing about easier times and hoping for better times. So I think that there is definite switch ups in the energy. Perhaps your lifestyle might be changing. Perhaps your work might be changing. It could be unsettling times at the moment because just there's a lot of change. There's just a lot of change, and it requires talking about stuff like that. It requires having an open mind and exploring the possibilities. Remember, sharing your wisdom, what you're passionate about, talking about it, going with the flow and being open to other people's ideas, and just be open to it being a win-win situation. You know, it could be showing up in work, could be showing up in all aspects of life, relationships. We've got naughtiness here, someone being naughty, a little bit playful, and lust. Oh, could get you passionate. You could have a fight. It could get you in your passions. Okay, what else is in the energies today? What else is in the energies today? Staff, you'll be taken care of in difficult times. Good. Yeah, so some of you need to know that, especially if this is a short-term thing, if someone is asking you to step in on something and help them out, it's a short-term thing, you might want to give to that, right? And then when you're in a similar situation, be sure to ask. You'll be taken care of in those times when you need help as well. Make sure that you allow yourself to ask for it to be reciprocal. Interesting. So what you're doing for, temporary situation. So, oh wow, okay. So that puts a new slant on it. So, yeah, what you give, how you help someone out, how you become a team member today might really benefit you in the long term. People will remember that, and then when it comes to you, they'll want to give to you. Interesting. We've got obstacles to overcome here. There are some obstacles to overcome, but they're not mountains, they're just hills. And a key, successful outcome to your problems. So expect solutions by the end of the day to whatever's going on. And you could all feel empowered and feel like you need to celebrate coming to some kind of a new structure or something like that at the end of the day. Think of a yes or no answer question, because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. I'm going to pull one of them out very shortly for your answer. This is just a bit of fun because this is a general reading, not a personal reading. But if you want me to pull one of these crystals out of the bag for you for a specific yes or no answer question that you've got, come along to my live show sometime. Psychic Cafe, I would love to do that for you. You can find a link. You can find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking Be Healing down there. And I can use them in private readings as well. Book yourself in. There's a link in the description box below and also one up there too. After you've booked in, if you've got specific questions for your reading, click on the Contact Us page after you've booked in. Put your questions in there. Now, usually with my readings, I just channel them. I don't need any information from you whatsoever. So, yeah, but you can. You can ask specific questions if you want. If you do, choose the general guidance option or the love option. The other two readings that are in there, the full Celtic Cross and also the next steps reading, the different kinds of readings, so it's not suitable for specific questions in those. Well, how best to deal with these energies today? We've got the Lovers card out here, which is suggesting that, to me, that what goes down today could bring you closer together. We could be talking about a new relationship here, in fact, for some of you, and the workload being halved because you are discussing the teamwork in the relationship. Yeah, it could be that. Make sure it's balanced anyway with the lovers, and make sure it's a win-win situation. Like I say, I just got this feeling like at the end of the day, you could all be celebrating together, or you two, if it's just two of you that this is happening with, but it could be such a good outcome is found today. Well, think of a yes or no answer question now. Pause the video if you're not ready for your answer. Your answer is yes. Go for it. There you go. Now you know. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment. Click on that subscribe button with that notification bell. Really helps me out. Really hinders the channel when you don't do that kind of stuff. And my views are going down, down, down. So if you could all please do that for me, I'd be very grateful for you to do that stuff. So click that subscribe button along with that notification bell to hear more from me. I do one of these energy updates every single day of the year. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show, and I make 3 Love Picker card reads a week as well. You can find one of those right there, right now, which you can watch next if you want. We'll have the best day ever. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.